Estamos transmitiendo desde Hermosa 1470 AM, 96.9 FM. Les habla Lilia Galindo y tengo conmigo a Dennis Anderson de Leche Medical Group. Él es un trabajador social con licencia que ha estado ahí ya por varios años, anteriormente editor del Antelope Valley Press. Y bueno, vamos a dar la bienvenida. Good morning. And do you know, I forgot to say that he is completely bilingual, eh? So,
completamente, okay.
Completamente. So, what news do you have for us?
Well, you know, on Saturday, our excellent production assistant, Violetta, we saw each other in the Salvation Army thrift store. And we were just crossing paths and we're going, who needs furniture? Who needs dresses? Who needs what? But what my wife and I were shopping for was some coffee cups for the Vets for Veterans job training program. And the reason was that on Friday, we were having a very important coordination meeting with Mental Health America, which is one of the big nonprofits in the Antelope Valley. And the coordination meeting was how can Vets for Veterans help Mental Health America? How can Mental Health America help Vets for Veterans? And I spilled a cup of coffee that just went flying across the table and practically took out 2 or 3 people. First time I almost got anybody with a coffee cup.
Well,
but anyway, it was a little styrofoam coffee cup, and mi esposa, Julia, said, you know, we better go get some coffee cups for those guys for their job training program. So that's where we were.
No, very good. Bueno, nos está platicando que el día viernes se encontró a Violeta, fue el viernes, ¿verdad? El sábado, que se encontró a Violeta en Salvation Army. Violeta estaba buscando para algunas de sus cosas, Dennis Anderson estaba buscando por unas tazas para el programa de entrenamiento del trabajo de los veteranos, y dice que ellos trabajan muy cercanamente con Mental Health de América, que es una de las organizaciones más importantes en el Valle del Antílope, proveyendo salud mental a todos, y bueno, están trabajando para ayudar a veteranos para veteranos, porque es Vets for Vets, y bueno, hubo un incidente donde él, en una reunión de coordinación, pues resulta que tiró una tacita y dijo, ahora tengo que reponer las tacitas, y fueron con su esposa a buscar allá. Pero mira, Dennis, whatever I didn't translate correctly, you just
no, estamos bien.
Bueno.
Sigue. So, my group, High Desert Medical Group, has organizations in the Antelope Valley that it coordinates with. We want to be very active socially. We want to help our community. And so what we look for are the reputable and effective nonprofit organizations who actually help people. Vets for Veterans is one of those organizations that actually helps its community. And its community are veterans. They're all colors, all national origin. They're everybody who has served in the nation's armed forces. But some of them are dealing with mental health challenges connected to their service in a war. Some are at risk to be homeless, too many. Some have problems with substance abuse, alcohol, or other drugs. And so the mission of Vets for Veterans is to help the returning veterans succeed in civilian life. So that's the reason that High Desert Medical Group has an alliance with a group like Vets for Veterans.
Dice que High Desert Medical Group es una organización que trabaja para ayudar a la comunidad y se coordina con organizaciones no lucrativas que son respetables y que están haciendo un bien por la comunidad. El objetivo de High Desert Medical Group es ayudar a las personas, y por eso es que está ayudando a esta organización que se llama Vets for Veterans, pues, principalmente en el área de salud mental, que es uno de los padecimientos que más afectan a los veteranos que sirvieron en la guerra. Bueno, pues ya, como ya saben, con el post-traumatic desorden ese que se genera, y algunos de ellos incluso están sin casa, viviendo en las calles, y también víctimas de las drogas, del alcohol. Entonces se trata de darles la ayuda, de tenderles la mano para que salgan de esos problemas, que muchos de ellos han sido producidos por haber estado trabajando en las guerras, por haber sido militares en las guerras, y son las secuelas que dejan el estar ahí, ¿no? I think that many people use drugs and alcohol because the tension that they were subject at when they were at war, no?
Yeah, that is accurate, Lilia. It is called self-medication, and self-medication can be done with too much alcohol, and it isn't very much before it's too much, but also with street drugs and sometimes even prescription drugs. And self medication is one of the real mental health challenges, not only for veterans, but in our wider community, of course. But it is to block um, pain or to take you out of the immediate unfortunate emotions about your experience.
Bueno, dices, sin duda alguna, estos problemas que tienen los veteranos, y mucha gente, no solamente los veteranos, sino muchos aquí en el Valle del Antílope, es el problema de la automedicación, que para aliviar tus problemas, tu ansiedad, entonces se recurre a un consumo excesivo del alcohol, o también al uso de drogas de farmacéuticas o de las otras, simplemente creyendo que vas a sentirte mejor. Pero bueno, te va a quitar temporalmente del dolor y de la angustia que estás sufriendo, pero más adelante es cuando se generan los grandes problemas. Por eso, si uno se siente ansioso, angustiado, la única receta es ir a ver a un psicólogo. Y I always recommend to exercise, because you feel so good when you exercise, that helps a little bit.
Exercise is excellent therapy. It helps you build. We have these quantities in our body. They're called endorphins. And when you have more endorphins, you feel better. And when they go down too low, you do not feel good at all. So March is a pretty big month for veterans. The organization Vets for Veterans will have its community fundraising dinner on March 17th, day of St. Patrick. And the big dinner will be at the Hellenic Center in Lancaster. You can still go up online and get tickets, not many left, for the Vets for Veterans Community Dinner. But it's one of their events during the year that raises funds. One thing they do is they sponsor a lot of recent veterans at Antelope Valley College. They make sure that they have their books. They give a scholarship, more than one, and they do what they can to support transitioning veterans. And for that matter, community college is simply one of the best transitions from service for people who are reentering society.
Bueno, pues nos está diciendo, estamos hablando también de la importancia que es hacer ejercicio para conservar una mejor salud mental, o por lo menos para coadyuvar a que si recibe un tratamiento de salud mental, pues pueda salir adelante más pronto. Y él nos decía, lo que pasa es que cuando hacemos ejercicio hay una hormona que se genera, que se llama las endorfinas, y que son las hormonas de la felicidad. Esa, cuando usted hace ejercicio, se va a sentir muy bien. Ahora, en marzo nos quiere anunciar que es un gran mes para los veteranos, y Vet for Veterans está organizando el día de San Patrick, marzo 17, un evento en el Centro Helénico para honrar a los veteranos. Y ese evento se ha realizado por muchos años. Si está interesado en asistir, solamente puede ir. Where can they get tickets?
You can go up online And it's pretty simple to find. If you just put up on Google AV Vets with the number 4, AV Vets for Veterans, it'll pop up right away. And you can get tickets by going to their website. So that's pretty easy.
Si quieren obtener boletos, bueno, pueden ir al internet y poner AV Vets con B chica y con el número 4 y luego Veterans, y ahí lo va a encontrar, ahí puede adquirir los boletos. Dice también que están trabajando con el Antelope Valley College para darles becas a algunas personas para ayudar en la transición a los que fueron veteranos y regresan, se incorporan nuevamente a la vida civil, pues hay una ayuda para que puedan ir al colegio y seguramente les va a resultar mucho más fácil. Así es que seguramente ahí en el día del evento les darán la información al respecto. Now, since it's done in St. Patrick's Day, what is the menu?
Oh my goodness.
No, corned beef.
I think we're going to have some papas somewhere in there, and carne or, gallina, something
you're just
good.
kidding because it's not traditional to eat corned beef in St. Patrick's?
That's true. It actually, St. Patrick's Day is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
So I'll be at that dinner. I'm told that I'm coming.
Very good.
And the other is the community fundraising about and for veterans. I'm always interested when, as a therapist, I'm crossing the community and I encounter younger veterans of the post 9/11 generation. Right now, the largest numbers of veterans, there is Vietnam War veterans, and then there are the post 9/11 veterans. But the post 9/11 veterans have now been with us for 20 years, 20 años. And so young people who were 18 or 19 when they went to the war, they're on the back end of their 30s now. But I'm an Army veteran myself, and I went to the war in Iraq as a journalist or periodista. And last week at one of the job training programs, I ran into a young veterano, Perez, and we both had been doing the same work. We both had been on the same roads, the same bases, and he sustained some terrible attacks, mortars, rockets, machine gun, and this has impacted his emotional life, and he was working very hard to get back in the game. And this is really what the struggle was about. But I was just surprised. Here is this splendid young man, and he is trying to get his life back together. And I remember where he was. I remember what those attacks were like. So we have something in common, and that is that common part of humanity that connects us.
Very good. Bueno, rápidamente dice que él como terapista pues tiene mucha relación con organizaciones que están juntando recursos para poder asistir a tantas personas. Dice, en general la mayoría de los veteranos son de la era de Vietnam, pero ahora también vienen los veteranos que vinieron después de septiembre 11, del 11 de septiembre, que es una generación más nueva, pero que ya han pasado 20 años, entonces ya están requiriendo de servicios. Y él se encontró con un veterano Pérez, que también dice, pues tiene como muchos problemas de salud mental, se les está ayudando para que salgan a todos adelante.